How's it going, YouTube? Welcome back to another video from me, Jamie, with ScrubGames. Back again with another video of my gameplay of one of my matches from the RisingPhoenixOdyssey YouTuber Championship tournament. So it's been a while since I posted one. That is because I didn't actually play the last two matches that I had. So after the last match, the round 3 or 4. Can't remember which one it is, against Ollie, BigONotation, shoutouts to him. I was matched against another person, but due to not being able to arrange time to play, my opponent gave me the win for that game because they also had an issue where they only played one game out of the 4 rounds they were in, so they just gave me the win to go on to the next round. And then on the next round, there was issues between availability for when we could play the match, and then due to Wi-Fi issues, I wasn't able to actually play on the day that we agreed. So I ended up taking the loss from that. As my opponent was available, but I wasn't able to play after we agreed on a date and time to play. So I was put into, and because that was the end, basically the end of because after that round, that was the end of the normal bracket, and they're going down to losers bracket, because as I think I've mentioned before, it's a double knockout tournament. So if you lose a game, you drop down into the losers bracket, and then you can still have a chance to fight out to the end. But if you lose in the losers bracket, that's it, you're out for good. So I dropped into the losers bracket, but luckily I was at the end of the losers bracket, so I was the last game of it, to then have a chance to go back into it for the finals. And so I still had quite a few deck options, because as I've also mentioned as well, it's got a twist with the tournament where you have to play a different deck every round, and once you've played one deck, you can't play again for the tournament. So far I used up OG Green Broly, Dark Broly, and Gogeta Zeno. And for this one, I was stuck between if I wanted to run Slug Hero or Aggro Syn, because those are the two that I've still got left that I've been enjoying. And out of the two, I went for the Syn because I've been having a lot of fun with the aggro version. I've been really enjoying it as well, and it's tested pretty well from my testing with friends and people across the UK. And the theory behind it is felt quite solid. So this is the deck list I chose to use. So as you can see, it's with the good old Syn Shenron leader. So on the front side, it's got its stand. Everybody, well, I'm not going to really go over it. I'm just going to go over tech choices. Not going to go over the individual cards, because if anybody is interested in Syn Shenron, they know, and you can easily read it, because you can see you can read it from the page, because I'll go over each one. So with the leader, it's a solid leader. Awakens at 3 life or less of Unison, but as you can see, I'm not playing the Mecha Unison because it's aggro variant. And as with the new cards we got in set 12, you can take your own life and go down, and it's not really much of an issue getting to 3 life. And having a draw 2 untap 1 is very solid as well, and keeping untapping meant having the untap of my dragons meant I could have I can be offensive and then have some defense as well. Because one of the good things was Omega Center on the 8 drop, which would go this one, the Omega, being able to come down for 1 energy after sacking something off, and being able to copy Oceanus, who could then become a barrier blocker and have some removal as well. So I had a barrier blocker, a pretty good barrier blocker to defend with on my turn, and it swung and was able to rest. Had the utility to rest things and swing, and then have to restand at the end of the turn. And being the aggro variant, I didn't really use off the activate main of the lead. Only when I really awakened its one. Normally when I awakened its one, I was going for game that turn. Well, that's mainly what I used it was going for game if I did go down to 3. And with the choices, I had the Sable 2, or really these two. Shenron guaranteeing that you can run less balls than you used to in the deck, where you normally run 4 of each ball. This allows you to basically, this counts as an extra 4 of any ball. So as you can see, I'm running 3 of the 1-star ball. So with this, I'm running technically 7 copies of the bull. So I've got 7 cards I can draw into an opening hand to get a bull, and Oceanus being a searcher, top 5 searcher, to keep consistency is really strong, and also fill up the drop, because with the drop now you've got a lot of effects to trigger, like you've got Nova that can bring things up from the drop, the TP Omega, which can, you have to warp 7 from your drop to play, and Omega Shenron, which can warp something from the drop, a certain target for the drop to gain the effects. This is all really handy as to Orb Bursting to trigger that, and also put itself in the drop as well for the Omega. So these two are basically obviously 4 of each, because they add the consistency of starting off with a bull and having searchability and deck thinning. I kept in the Syn General package because the 1 drop into the 4 drop is really handy to lock on your opponent's leader, because with some decks the leader swing is quite important, or even getting that draw, needing to swing to get draw from it is quite crucial, and stopping that was very handy. I was running 9 drop, I think I'm going to cut that now actually and have it in the side, because it's a really strong card, but in the aggro matchup sometimes it can be dead, or you don't really want to drop it. Like my match this round was against Dark Broly, and I always charged it or put it back if I ever saw it with a super combo, because it's not really good to I only get the effect of a Dark Broly it brings out, but then it's going to get warped, and they're probably most likely going to warp the bull from my drop. So I get the 2 draws when they get rid of it, but I don't get the bull back, which and if they put that Bab like I said and leave the bull, I'm going to be losing the 2 cards of draw, so I'm not gaining anything. I easily remove it. So that's one change I would make, but these 2 are still solid. So it gives you a 4. You can bring this out from Nova as well if you don't have the Omega or Syn, or even Omegas or Syn on the board as well. It's easy to have a blocker, and it also allows you to, just provides you with a blocker that if they remove by a skill, you get a draw card, get the ball back, and just stunning your opponent's leader for a turn is quite handy. Then we have the 2 copies of Omega. Like the SR Omega is amazing. Obviously 4 of in the aggro version, be able to come down for 1 energy and replace itself by drawing a card, and then copy the effects of any of your 4 drop or less, 2 to 4 drop dragons was really handy as well. So you can either have, as I said, a barrier blocker with Oceanus that can rest a card, and if it's 2 cost or less that you rest, kill it. Having double strike on a Haze Shenron with the added auto of being able to, when it swings, discard a dragon, a KO something that's in rest mode that's higher than your opponent's energy. Copy Enrage to be a critical that can take a life to gain 5k. Be a Nova as well to rest itself to bring out something from your drop. Oceanus to be a dual attacker, and Neutron to be able to rest, I think, and being a double striker as well. All really solid options, and this is why this is one of the reasons why the aggro versions. These 2 are the reasons why the aggro version is a thing. We got Omega Shenron here, who basically, as you can see, he's a unique triple striker, so he's a finisher, and they only cost 1 yellow as long as you're 3 or more energy. As long as you can warp from your drop 7 mono yellow shroud dragons, and then like all the Omegas, they replace themselves by drawing a card after. Then I kept in the Syn Shenron line, Haze Shenron line. Obvious 4 copies of the 4 drop, because it's got a weight, is fantastic for if your opponent tries to go in with try to kill you with a battle card that is more than energy. You can easily pop it unless it's got barrier. And only 2 of the 1 drop, because as I said, the Ice Shenron becomes basically means I'm running 6 copies technically, and 2 of the Haze Shenron, because I'm not going to be hard casting it, and it's only brought out by that, and it's just for if I see it, I want to go for the aggro route rather than have the Syn Shenron on turn 1 or the Rage Syn on turn 1. This could be an option as well, and this chain is really handy in that bringing out the Poison Mancer allows you to reuse Oceanus. So if you turn 1 use Oceanus, I think, but then in your second turn not have Oceanus again, but you'd played this 2 sideball turn before, you can use the effect, pay 1 yellow to play the Poison Mancer, get back the Oceanus, and use it again. Swing with this, drop this on top of it, then sack off that. They go into a Mega, then copy Oceanus to swing. You get a lot of aggro in that way for very little energy, and you get a 15k crit swing, a double strike swing, a 20k, and then you get a 30k swing that can either copy Haitian for crit, the Haitian for crit or double strike, or a barrier blocker, which you normally go for. And be able to grab back things like the Oceanus to allow you to gain more cards is very handy as well. And we have the Rage package, 2 of the Bull and 3 of the 2-drop. Once again, Bull reason because I got 8 ice, allowing me technically letting me have 6 copies, and then 3 Rage because I only want to get off of this, and even if I draw it, I can combo it off and then use it for a Meg as well. And then with the pack, one thing I did change from my original build that I put up on my channel is I'm running 3 Nova and 2 Surprise Shenron, Surprise Attack Natron Shenron. This combo is really good, be able to drop this after you've put a Ball or something on the drop and be able to bring out the Natron Shenron off of it. So on your opponent's turn, once a turn, you can rest their Eunice on a battle card that they play for free and negate your skill for the turn. And having a 15k double strike as well. And with the Nova Shenron, it allows you to, for 2 energy, be able to have the requirements for Cell Zeno. By playing this, tapping it down, rested to bring out a Shenron and sacking it off for Omega. And then you got the Omega swing and copying something like crit to put some pressure on denying resources, or even Oceanus attack down the blocker and then drop the Cell Zeno easily enough. And then we got the Oceanus, which is basically the Zarbon, the theme Zarbon of the deck, which is better than Zarbon because one, it's searchable off of anything now as off the leader and the Oceanus, and also at burst 1 is also allows you to get more dragons in the drop for Omega and either the Omegas and Nova, and also is dual attacker, meaning now it can make, as you'll see in one of my games as well, Omega be able to attack twice by copying it. And lastly, the super combo choice was I went for Krillin because it's easy enough to get myself down to 4 life, and it's really good to put back some of the targets for the Ball back in the deck, or mainly to put the targets for the Balls back in the deck if I have the Ball in hand to use. Like, so if I've got a Rage in the 5-star Ball in hand, and I got Rage in hand, I can put the Rage at the bottom of the deck, so I can play the 5-star Ball and know I've got a target in the deck. And it also allows me to put back the Syn Channel 9 drops back, which weren't handy, but as I said, I'm going to cut that to maybe increase the Haze line, maybe, or maybe even put a 4th Nova and an extra Rage as well because they're really handy. And with the side deck, with the tournament being different decks every time, you don't know what anybody's playing until you sit down in front of them or play against someone online. So the side deck is mainly built to try and be as broad as possible. So I have the Vegeta Unison as a way to help with all the decks that spam out, like Red Broly and Dark Broly. Mecha as I can side that in for if I want to kind of opt to go back into control. Chi-Chi just to help with blue, being able to have this down to help have something against all their counters and energy untapping. Dragon Thunder just as well to get the give myself a beam to be a bit more sensitive. If I want to be more defensive, have myself a beam for the turn that I can play for free once I get the free energy. Nimbus to help be defensive, and Final Flash to help deal with things where they've got like AOD and stuff where they've got the Babidi, just turn that off so they turn effects off, and also put more pressure in a kill swing with my Omegas and stuff, while also turning off cards on their board that I might want to turn the effects off of. But that was the deck. This is the deck I used, the deck list. I had fun with it, I was confident with it, and go on to the gameplay. So this is the recording of the game. So I unfortunately lost a die roll. I rolled 11. My opponent ran 14. So if you see with my hand, I want to keep the Oceanus Shenron, and I thought I want to keep the I wanted to keep the super combo. I think, but I accidentally clicked. No, I wanted to keep the with that bro. It didn't really matter about using the Syn Shenron line because they can just remove it with ease. So obviously keep the rage ball to have the ball ready to use to help, because by critting life, even though they don't, it doesn't matter if it's card sent to drop because they can use it for Dark Broly fodder. I still wanted to use use it to basically, because what with the Broly leader, he doesn't have really much combo power until he's awakened, because most of the things are zero cost, zero combo power. So I don't, if I can swing with it on while it's unawakened, I can potentially either make him waste cards that do have combo power out, and also deny him resources from his life. And the Oceana Syn just allows me to look for, trying to see if I can get my basically just deck fin, set up a drop as well, and maybe find something useful. Second, with I then up drawing into the Symbon. I accidentally I forgot all about that. I was too hasty with the Oceana Syn on. I just used it straight away when I should have kept it for the next turn, because I know that the first main target's I forgot about the main target they want to get if they do go into the ball, because I know he's got the ball in hand and a Broly in drop, and I forgot that I forgot all about that the rare Broly is going to warp it from my drop. So I should have held back that for the next turn, so I can make use of it and then straight away use it up to 40 Omega, because I have the Mega Full giving me a barrier blocker. So swing, so I get the Oceanus, so that I have a way to something to help block multiple times to defend more attacks, and to be able to out combo 30 on 30 attacks. And from the swing I grab the TP Broly, so I've got a finisher. So I've got a way to finish it as long as he doesn't have Power Burst or Brainwash no more. And then I make sure to drop the Rage on, because I have it's not affected by opponent's skills, so I know it's safe there. So my opponent goes ahead and charges, because at turn 1 they played their toll to get the ball, get that setup going, and they managed to hit 3 from their leader skill. And once again they hit another 3. So they've got 6 cards in drop, so they got enough to bring out the Broly. And I think that's what he does. He brings out the Broly from the drop. Well, first he swings, gets that draw. So I'm there ready to take the life, because I'm not comboing out this because I'm still at 8 life. And luckily I get the cell. Secret Rare. So I know that I can drop that if I want to wait to turn 5, but I don't really want to. I want to try and finish it quickly, and at least this way it gives me a strong push to kill. My opponent, as I said, he brings up the Broly. I have to take the damage, use the ball to sack it off to go into the, I think it's the rare Broly. So he's going to warp my Oceanus, which is a shame. I should have kept that for the next turn, but I still got the Nova in there. But then Nova's not useful in the drop. And I go ahead and get rid of the, I think it's the ball. No, I get rid of the, there we go, because I think I get rid of the Shinchen in the end, because it's not useful in hand. I've got 4 copies, so hopefully I've got another 2, I'll leave at least 1 more in the deck, and it's not the most useful dragon to play. And there you go, I see it, grab the 9 drop, which is straight away going to be charged, so I don't have to worry about that. Now I want to do pressure, but he didn't take a life as well from the second. He didn't take a life from the second leader use, and the Black Mass Saiyan is an issue. So if I go into rage, I'm going to drop 2 cards. But luckily, I draw into the Oceanus, charge the 9 drop, use that to have a look at the top 5. Not many options, so I grabbed the rage ball, because at least that way I can apply some more crit pressure from that if I get the 4 drop as well. And I have the Oceanus in the drop ready to use for the Omega. And also the 1 drop allows me to not use a rage to then go into to allow me to drop the Omega. So the rest of what I swing is leader, so that way I could put some pressure on and grab the grab out those. The only one I want to grab, I've already got a TP, and so I grab the haste, so just in case he is able to go into the heartfelt play, I have a way to not worry about it. and put some fear into not want if he does go for that play. And yeah, I don't want to bring out Rage General from the bull, because otherwise I'll lose 2 from the Black Massane. So I'd play the 1-drop, sack it off from my Mega to drop it and draw 1, because I've got the Oceanus in the drop now to rest it and KO it. And I end up getting the Ice Shenron, so that's well, it's not really, it's just combo power really. So remove the Oceanus to gain the skills, and also take a life as well with that skill, because that's the only thing Omega does is take a life from that. And I go to swing it is Dark Broly, so he doesn't have still have the free 30k swing. Tap and rest and KO the Black Massane, and then he doesn't combo into it. So now that's out of the way, I can use the ball to bring up the Rage Shenron. So I know there's one in my deck, because I saw it from one of the searches. And then I swing it as leader with the Rage, and use the effect to take a life to go to 15k crit, because he's going to have to combo 2 cards, which is a lot just to lose prevent taking a crit. And now I put my hand before, so both my super combos I have in hand are live. To kind of allow me to stay at 4, even not worry about getting the 3, because I don't want to awaken on his turn, I want to awaken on my turn, so I get the extra energy on my turn for plays. So now it goes to free energy. Uses the leader's effect. Can't remember how many hits from this one. I think he might hit none. Yeah, he doesn't hit anything from that from the leader effect. He either hits nothing that he wants to put in drop, or nothing at all. I don't think this turn he finds Heartfelt Plea. So I know he is playing it after, because I see it in one of the games. But I don't think he sees Heartfelt Plea. Goes to swing at my leader. I'm not worried, because I can just I can combo a 1. And yeah, because he can't find Heartfelt Plea from the swing, I don't think he's got any other draw, so he decides to awaken, the draw the 2, and I think he sticks to 15. I just use a super combo to combo it. Now I put this back the Syn, because I can I've got the ball in hand, so I can at least tap on the leader, so he doesn't have the leader swing next turn, and have a 4-drop to go with for Cell Zeno. Uses effect to put back 3, and put back 3 and then draw 1. And I think in this turn he goes for I think this turn he drops his rare Broly again to warp 1 from hand and warp. I think he's just mulling over his plays. So still, because as if you don't know as well, the Omega copies the effects of whatever it warps until the end of your opponent's turn. So while in his turn, it's still a barrier blocker with Oceanus effects, so you can't get rid of it. So you warp 6 to bring out his Broly. Use effect, warps my I think it's warps Nova from drop. And I drop from my hand. I think it's I drop the ice, because at least with the balls I can use just get rid of the Ice General, because I'm not going to be using it to get any balls out from drop. So he goes to swing at my lead, and I decide to block, because he's still got free energy and I can out combo, and he uses a super combo on this, so I know he has 1 super combo gone, and I still have a super combo in my hand. So I decided to use my super combo to let it live, because Omega is just useful, and I know I can out combo that, because I got my own super combo and the Oceanus, so I can burst 1. And also so I can burst 1 to fill up my drop a bit more, and restand it so I can block again if needed. And I think what I'm trying to dig for is one of my 2 Evernovas. And he goes ahead and drops his Broly, by tapping 2 Evolve It on. And I'm thinking about it, I don't want to really. I'm not really worried about that, so I removed Krillin from drop, Rage from my board, and one of the TP Omegas because I can't drop multiple in a turn. Because one I don't have enough. I won't have enough in drop, and 2 I'd have to. They have unique as well. Both the Omegas have unique. So I've got the haze, which is handy, and I've drawn a 9-drop and got a charge 9-drop because it's not useful. Like, it could have been useful. It seems a waste of it. So what I'm going to do is tap 1 for the bull, use the effect, sack off because I know I put a 9-drop back. So I'm going to go through my deck, grab a 9-drop, which I've got multiple in my deck. And I know I've got 1 Omega there, and I don't have so I must have a Nevero. I forgot about the look at my deck at that point to see what I've got in there. So I didn't notice that I've got 1 Nova in the deck, and the other one must be in life. So then I awaken, untap 1, draw 2, and unfortunately draw 2 Rage Shenrons, which does suck a bit. So they're not helpful in my hand. I look at my drop, and I've got 6 targets, 6 dragons. So I go for a first swing at his lead with my lead to draw 1. And I just get Ice Channel, which isn't helpful now. But at least his leader's tapped down, so his leader can't attack on the next turn because of my Syn. So I don't combo, I just go 15 to 15. He used the lead effect to get a 5k boost. Then I swing with my Syn. And I decide to go into drop bridge down. So I go to 24, and I think he takes the damage. So I use the effect to remove rage to gain the effect. That's why I combo with it, to get the crit effect. I swing his lead. And I think on this swing he power bursts to negate the attack, using sparking as well, so he keeps the energy open. Yeah, so I think he's mulling it over. Yeah, so he power bursts, sparking as well to take the life, to negate the attack and grab back a 1-drop. And I decided not to continue with the auto because I'm not connecting. So I think so. What I was going to do is use the auto to take a life, so that way I can apply more pressure, crit that life down, because I get the boost and get another card from hand. But because he negated, I decided not to use it because there's no point. So I dropped them off to drop Cell Zeno. And decide to use the haze to combo with the haze to go up to 45, so I can KO his Broly as well. So he doesn't have that to combo off or have to swing it next turn. And decides to use the Say No More. So I decided to then go drop the Omega by warping 7 from my drop. And what would have been really handy on this drop would have been getting the drawing in Omega, but I draw the 1-drop, which isn't very handy. So I swing his lead and just had to go win because it's 30k and I can go up to 55, forcing out a lot of cards. And knowing that his leader can't tap down, and you have to waste out a lot of his hand to kill. So he managed to combo out by 5k. So one super combo, and yeah, he loses a lot of his cards from hand. And I know that he's got these two on board. Syn I can keep out for combo power, and know that he can't swing the leader at least. And I thought I tried to go pushing on that last swing because either pushing to try and kill him, and really I should have probably kept back one haze to help survive. So I think with it all, he wouldn't have had enough. He didn't have enough to bring out multiple Dark Broly's. I didn't think he could bring it out. And if I did take a life, I would have got Nova Shenron to bring up the Natron. So that's a pity from hindsight, because I could have had the hindsight Nova bring out the Natron, well, the swing for an extra, try and put the combat, force out more cards from his hand, and then have more untap to have combo power, and then have the Natron to tap down one of his battle cards that he played. So yeah, with this, so unfortunately I ended up losing because he had the Champa to go on the last swing. And so on for game 2, I deciding I think it's both my Vegeta Unisons I decided to side in, and I think either all or some of my Final Flashes, because they're going to be handy to when I go in with a 30k, one of the Omegas, I can use that to get a 15k combo for 1 energy. So have a look for the deck, see what I want to put in. So I put in 2, and I decided to drop all my 9 drops because they're not useful in this matchup. It's not going to want to negate from their board, and it's easily removed. And now knowing that he's got Black Mass Saiyan in the drop, he can force me to lose 2 cards and gain really nothing from having. So he can play the Black Mass Saiyan, then warp it, leave the ball in the drop, so I bring out the ball and lose the 2 cards I drew. And I can't remember then, I just missed it, what the other card I took out. I think it might have been one of the 4 drops. So I opened with game 1. So game 1 I opened decent-ish. I decided to keep the 1 ball. I accidentally put back the Oceana Spiral, so I can't have that because I want to keep that if I get a Mega out and stuff I can block with it. And I opened pretty decently. I've got a Nova Shenron, an Omega Shenron, an Ice Shenron to get the ball. And unfortunately I didn't notice this, and my opponent didn't notice this until after he drew and charged, that he only charged 5 life. So yeah, so opening is very decent, pretty handy hand. I have 2 balls, so I can put 2 crit swings on my opponent and cycle for the Omega if I can see an Oceanus to drop it. So yeah, my opponent notices that he has only got 5 life, so and because he's already drawn for turn, it counts as a game loss for him, unfortunately. So due to that, I take the second game. I felt very confident with a hand in my second game because I had 2 of the balls, the crit attack, Red Shenron balls, to put some crit pressure on him. And a super combo and Omega and Nova as well. So if I milled any Natron Shenron, that would have been handy just to have that for an extra swing, and also have a way to just tap down one of the cards he plays. So I open up with a really good hand. I've got the Ice Shenron to get a ball down, the one of each of the Omegas from my big plays, Oceanus to allow me to get some searching on, a super combo, and a Syndrome. But since he lost the second game, he decided to go first. So, but this time I've learnt from my mistake from the first game, where I'm going to keep the Oceana for when I actually drop the Omega. My opponent does his effect of lead to take a life, and sees 3 on the top from the top of his deck, 2 Dark Broly's and a Demagra. And I think after that, yeah, he just taps 1 for the Broly and passes, so he didn't see a ball. I get my Unison, which is good, so I'm going to keep that, hold that, because that could be handy. I'm not sure if, because for a turn 2 play, it's really handy just to play it, tap itself for its effect to gain a marker, and use its effect to make it so his big boys, big 6-drops can't attack. So I swing with lead first to see what I can get. Grab the Nova, which Nova is huge because it's a way for me to drop the for turn 1 to it's a way for me to turn 1 well, in 1 turn get out for 2 energy, get out Salzeno materials, and also if I mill one of my 2 Natron Shenrons, that's a really good card to have, so I grab that. And then I just tap 1 for the ball. Don't use the Oceanus because, as I said, I want to keep that when I drop the Omega so it's not warped before. And I know he can't get rid of the ball. So he uses the effect of leader, doesn't take a life. Looks at top 5 and only hits 1 Broly. Swings my lead to get the draw. I'll take that and get another super combo. So that's good. I have 2 super combos in my hand. So I've got, and I can as I said, I can easily get myself down to 4 life. So I draw another super combo and I don't want to get anything in my hand. Vegeta's too clutch, and I know he's got Brainwash no more, so I know the Omega, while being good, can be ineffective, but because of Brainwash no more. So to charge that because the other Omega is a lot more handy. So I decide to swing with leader first to see what I can get. Grab the ball because at least that gives me crit pressure. And then I decide to, thinking about it, I decided to use the 1-star ball to get out Omega, the Cintron, the tap his leader down, because at least this way it means he can swing with his leader to get the draw, then awaken to draw to get a 4 on his awaken swing. So if he wants to attack, he has to awaken, which means he doesn't get that draw, and I don't have to worry about him he only gains 3 on his awaken turn. So I swing at that, he takes the hit because he doesn't really have much to combo out. And then I use my Oceanus to look at top 5, get a ball, because now I'm going to sack off the Syn Shenron to drop the Omega, put some more pressure on. So sack it off, draw a card, get another Unison, so I know that now I can either, so now with the Vegeta Unison, I can either tap 2 to play it to go to 3 and tap itself to gain 3 markers to stop his 6-drop from being hurt me, so I can go to the long game if I want to. Or I have a way to use it to have a finisher, because I know he's got Brainwash no more, and there's the option if he does use up all his energy but keeps 1 open for Brainwashed, I have the Vegeta to tap it down, because I've got the Omega on board, I'm at 6 life, so I don't really have any worry about being killed, and the Omega is a barrier blocker as well. I have 3 super combos in hand to help defend if he does put super combos on to swing the thing, and I also have a Oceana in hand as well I have an Oceanus in hand to untap the blocker when I block with it as well, so I have more blocks with it. So I'm completely fine. I feel completely fine because I'm at 6 life, barrier blocker on board, and I know he can't swing with lead to get 2 many draws, so he swings first with his Haru. He drops Haru and taps his energy played for it. Swings, I block with the Omega, and he decides not to combo anything because there's a lot of cards to combo up to either. Well, he doesn't have many 5Ks in the deck in his hand, I don't think, and he doesn't want to waste 3 of them to match a power when I can just out combo it with 1. But at least it's tapped down my blocker. I'd rather not take the crit attack, so there's not much crit he's got in his deck outside of that I can imagine. So he drops the Broly, the warp something from my drop, I can't remember what it is. And I decided to warp one of the 5-star balls because it's not handy. I can't remember what he warped from. I think he warped the Sintron 1-drop ball. And now he goes into the Omega, and I'm a bit now I'm thinking that does suck a bit. But he only goes to 35k, so luckily I feel that's fine. I can't use super combos, but I still have Oceanus to untap it, and I don't want to lose the Nova. So I either lose the Nova, which can be handy, or the ball. But I think I want to keep. I'm decide if I want to keep the ball or the Nova. And so I had to combo off the Nova because I got 2 more left. I got 2 more in my deck, 2 more on deck or life. and the ball can apply crit pressure. So I get rid of the Nova. So he drops that. He drops the 7-drop to make me either lose my cards or crit life. I decide to crit life because I'm up 6. I don't mind. And it swings into my lead to get the. I just take the hit. So I was at 5 life. And then he awakens and drops Heartfelt. And I'm fine with this because I've got my Barrier blocker. So if he swings with the Heartfelt, I've got a blocker to not worry. And I decide to crit life instead of letting him draw a card, so he's got less, because I'm going to try and kill him in the next turn, because he's only at 3 life. He's got 1 energy open, which I can tap down with the Vegeta. And if he wants to swing the lead, I could take the hit. And with the Heartfelt play, I can easily block that with Omega when he swings with it. And if you just want to combo on the Broly swing, it's not a problem. I've also got Never Swift Spirals as well, so I can combo out of it and untap the blocker as well. So he swings with his Heartfelt. I decide to block because I'm not letting the triple striker go into me. And yeah, I think he doesn't combo anything, so I drop the Swift Spirals to help fill up my drop if I see my ever TP, and put more stuff in my drop ready for the Omega's effect to gain more skills. So he's got a pretty decent sized hand. He has 9 cards in hand, 3 life, and he's got 1 energy open. So if he doesn't use that energy, I know he's going to have a Brainwash in hand. So he combos off the Dark Broly, and I decide to super combo because I kind of want to keep my life. And I decide to, and I get lucky, I get a Natron Shenron. So super combo getting to go up to 25 with the Natron Shenron to get 25, and he then warp 6 from his hand to bring out the blocker. So he's got a blocker against my stuff. But if I see an Oceanus, then I can easily just get rid of. I can easily use its skills and then tap it down with the Omega so he can't block with it. So I charge the Syn after drawing the Omega because Syn's not very handy, and I don't think I'm gonna play the ball this turn. So look at my hand. I've only got 5 cards, but I've still got my Awaken, and I can easily get 4 markers on the Vegeta to tap down the energy so he doesn't have Brainwash anymore. So I tap the 3, get the 3 markers on my Vegeta, put the Ever Copy in hand. Under it, so I don't have to tap down Omega to gain the marker, and then use the -3 to gain that 5k on the lead, dual attack, double strike, and also tap down the energy. So I think he did have Brainwash no more in his hand, so I've shut that off. So now if he doesn't have Power Burst, can't really stop me. I don't have to really worry. So I Awaken now, so I've got the energy open, but don't draw anything decent. I just get the Rage and the Haze. The Haze is handy, but it could have been everything. Like a Nova Shenron would have been really handy, or a TP. So I swing at his lead with my lead to try and to get a card first to draw and see if he'll use the blocker on it. He decides not to. He decides not to block. So I get the draw. So I get the secret rare. Now I'm thinking, how can I drop the secret rare? I did work out afterwards how to drop the secret rare, but I decided not to drop it just because I didn't know if he had Power Burst. So I go with the super combo, put that to Rage because that's not handy to try and draw to do, and I get a crap. I get a 1-star ball, and an Ice Gem, which isn't handy. I leave that at 25 because if he combos out, he's got to use a few. So he uses 3 cards to combo out, which is handy. So it signals that he doesn't really have a super combo in hand. And then to try and force out the Power Burst or the blocker, and to kind of get rid of the make it so he can't Power Burst, I swing with the Vegeta. So I did not do anything, just untap. And then with the Never, I'm trying to think about it. I saw the Nova, but I couldn't work out that I could use Nova. I forgot I had Nature on there, brought Nova, and then play at one ball to have 12 for Omega and have a 15k swing to put some pressure on. So I decided to go with the Oceania skill, so that way I've got a 2 swings to 30k. And so I swing with his leader with the Unison. He's got double strike. He doesn't negate, so I decided I'm going to try and put some pressure on this swing to try and turn off Power Burst if he does have it, just in case he draws it off the life. And I know he's only got 5 cards in hand. I know there's no super combo because he would have used a super on the first one to avoid losing too many cards. And I decided to use the Haste Shenron, the KO the Broly, so he doesn't have that, because that. Looking at my hand, I haven't got much combo power myself, and with the Broly, you can sack it off to gain that combo. At least that way, that means that he's got only 5 cards in hand to combo out, and I've gone up to 35 double. So looking at it, after KOing that, going up to 35 double means he's going to at least have to use all his cards in hand out combo. And then he drops the Gohan as a blocker, so I know that he's only got 4 cards. With only 4 cards in hand, he wants to lead that blocker out for the Omega. I decided to go up to the combo off the Cell to make sure that he can out combo that swing, because now that he's dropped the Gohan, I want to put that pressure to make sure that he can. He takes the 2 life, so I have no worry about Power Burst, because the Omega has dual attack because of Oceania. So I swing once he blocks, take it out, then I swing last at his life, and then again at his life, at his leader, and he's got 6 cards in hand. So at least to match this, he needs to use 4 of them, because I don't think, unless he's got super combo. So I put everything into it to get a 50k double strike. And if he has, I know he didn't have super combo before, so unless one of the two were super combos, I have to worry. And luckily, all he had was 25k. The bonds got to 40. So I ended up taking. So actually, I ended up taking the game 10k over, and the Vegeta coming in clutch, not really to shut off his Dark Brolys and Heartfelts from attacking, but by turning off. As you can see, he had 2 Brainwash No More. By turning that off, he had a little protection because he had no Power Burst. So that way I could because otherwise he could have turned off the not worry about the if I did drop the Cell Zone and stuff, he could easily stop that. And by turning that off, I mean, it just mean he didn't have energy open for negates as well. If he had multiple negates to save his life, and just mean having that less energy, just not having that Brainwash No More to just stop me from killing with a multi-attacker was handy. So that was the whole game. That was the match. Congratulations to my opponent, Beyondthebat from the Doodz. If I can find a link to the channel, I'll put it on the box below. But also, thank you for watching. If you did watch, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Keeps you updated. Lets me know if you enjoyed the videos and how I put them up. And also, you can always comment to let me know if I've done something, if I put something wrong or said something wrong or anything like that. Point out my mistakes, or let me know how you feel about the gameplay and stuff, like how you feel about it. But this is everything. So the next one is the finals of it. I'm not sure what I'm going to play yet. Working on it, but I've also got to arrange with the game with my opponent to find out when we're going to play. So thank you for watching. Take care and see you in the next video. Bye.